Yes, nice and decent people. I'm at the top of Olean. This road goes to a place they call Barnier, where people have their farms. And this other road here takes you to Louvet. So this is at the very top of the hill here. This is at the summit. And basically I want to encourage you to be active, because the body was made for activity. Your body is made to move, for movement, for physical activity. You need to sweat. Just look at something. You can just take any of your limbs, your hand, and if you decide that you're not going to move the right hand, you will just keep it in one position, go to work, do everything, and not move that right hand. After a while, it will start getting smaller. Your body is designed by the creator of heaven and earth to be active and to move. And most of you, everybody know the value of exercise. It has been shown by just observing the activity of people in the community, in the neighborhood. The more active people tend to be more healthy. And the people who sit down and do nothing tend to be more sick generally. They tend to gain more weight. And there are also problems associated with unnecessary weight gain. So I want to encourage you to be active, to move, to do something. Too many times you have situations where even people who are supposed to know better, they fall into that trap. Nowadays, you see a lot of people with cars. Their houses will be close to the main road, okay? They can just leave their house, leave their doorstep, go into a bus or go into their private car, drive to Castries, Beaufort, Soufriere, wherever, go to the workplace, and after work, just get into their vehicles or get on the bus stop, take a bus and come. Go home and they do nothing. And people do that for years. And sometimes what you see sometimes is the accumulation of fat in the midsection. People get into a point where they're becoming less active and more sick. Now that same person who's driving everywhere and taking the bus and not walking, sometimes what they do is, okay, they drive around and they'll stop by their favorite bar. They will fire a few pitons or whiskey or whatever. There'll be barbecue chicken or whatever, they're going to eat that too. And a lot of times, when people are not serious about exercise, they tend to be lackadaisical concerning proper dieting also. So in this talk, I just want to encourage people to be more active. And I know some people are busy, but you can make time for yourself. You need to value your life and your health. You do not want to be in a situation where you get older and for you to have all these illnesses. You will be alive, but yet still you're very sick. And you cannot enjoy life because you have to be going to the hospital every time to be on medication that you could have avoided. So it is a wise use of your time and your resources to take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself. That's the most important asset that you have. Your body is more important than your house. There is no house, there is no mansion that you can build on the face of the earth, that you can buy, that is more valuable than your body. There is no vehicle, no ride, no plane, nothing that you can purchase or you can have that is more valuable than your body. Okay? People are obsessed with houses, land, and those things, but they are not concerned about protecting their health. I want to encourage you to take care of your health. You know, by just being active, very active, can help you in such a way that you can almost eat some of the things that the regular person cannot eat. I'm going to draw your reference to a study that was, I read that some years ago. I think it was in the New England Journal of Medicine, where some scientists, some doctors from America, they went into the Amazon And they were looking at some tribes that were living in the Amazon. These guys were basically hunters. So every morning, these men were leaving their houses and they were walking to hunt for wild animals. They would, sometimes when you're hunting, you have to run, you have to do different things. But they were looking for wild animals. And those guys were eating red meat. They were eating meat, a lot of meat, and they were not getting the cardiovascular disease that is so prevalent nowadays. The incidence of things like stroke, heart attack, high blood pressure, and those things, the incidences were very low among those people. But those people were eating meat every day. And so the conclusion of the study was this. When you are, the fact that they were so active, it put them in a situation where they were burning those things. And they did not have the cardiovascular diseases that we had because of their physical activity. And so these things were being burnt out, just like when you're burning gas, these things were burning. That's where they came out with the concept of the 10,000 steps. So you see nowadays there's that thing about 10,000 steps a day, and you have the people putting these devices to record the amount of steps that they would have walked for the day. A lot of that came from that study where people wanted to track whether or not they walk in the 10,000 steps. So regardless of when that device was invented, but people are using it to make sure that they walk the 10,000 steps based on the study. Those guys, when they calculated the distance that the people were going for hunting, they realized it amounted to 10,000 steps per day. That is why we're talking about the 10,000 steps. So even in cases where these guys could have been predisposed to these diseases like the heart attack and the stroke and all of those things, because of the fact that they were very active, they were not getting those things. So sometimes you will say, Mr. Kamayo Otofi, and this guy is eating a lot of meat and he's not getting sick or what, he doesn't have this high blood pressure, he doesn't have these problems. But he may be exercising. Probably the nature of his work predispose him to burning a lot of those things. So what I want to encourage you right now is this. Your body is important. Your body is more important than your car. Your car has a fixed value. 65,000, 20,000, 100,000, 150,000, 400,000, 2.5 million US dollars. Your car has a fixed value. But nobody can put a value on your body, on your life. Your life, your body is more important than any house, than any car, than any aeroplane. So I just want to encourage you to take care of your body. That is your temple. That's the temple of God. You need to take care of your body. Just last night I passed by the ghetto, and I was encouraging the fellows that were there that if it is that you have to smoke marijuana, do not put cigarettes in the marijuana. Do not put tobacco in the marijuana. Smoke it straight if it is that you have to smoke. Because you have to, as a people, we need to encourage people to live better lives. And what I've noticed in St. Lucia sometimes is this. People will notice that somebody is falling down a cliff and they will not tell you nothing. Everybody wants to preserve the little material thing that they have. They don't want to ruffle any feathers. They want to preserve their jobs, which is a good thing. You have to eat and all of those things. But the lives of people, the health of the people, the mental health of the people, the well-being of people is very important. And we cannot just see people going astray, falling down the cliff and not admonishing them, not warning them. Because the Bible says that if the watchman sees the sword, knows that the sword is coming, and he does not warn the people, then if the people get hurt, the blood is on his shoulder. But if you warn them and they get hurt, the blood is on their shoulder. as a people, when I was growing up, I find we used to be talking to people, warning people, you know, even little children, when you were small, they would tell you, don't do this, don't do that. Now, people will just let people fall down the cliff. And nobody's wanting people to do better. Nobody's advising people. People have all the knowledge and they do not share. But people, I'm telling you, if there is anything that you get from this video, is this: take care of yourself. And a lot of people know what they have to do. And if it is that you're not sure, we have a lot of health centers, we have hospitals, we have private doctors' offices, we have counselors, we have dietitians. Go to one of those people, but we need to take better care of our health in this country. Take better care of yourself. Keep the fire burning.